Okay, here we go on to the trigonometry and vectors puzzle. So what we're going to be looking at first of all is the quiz we've got here about the giant ship. It's coming in out of sea and it's got two tugs, tug A and tug B, pulling it into shore. Now the reasons why this exists is these giant ships, they're such large ships now that when they're going along in the water it takes a lot to stop them, and in fact it's 4 miles it will take to stop a large ship. So obviously they can't sail straight into port, so they'll stop a little way out and then a couple of tugs will come along and pick them up. Now these tugs can be whatever's floating around at the time, so they'll have they can have different powers. So on the example it's given us here, it says tug A can pull at 75 newtons, tug B can pull at 50 newtons, and you'll see I've written that relevant to the length of the line. So the 75 is a longer line, 50 newtons is a shorter line. So these tugs can pull at different powers, and the net result is the ship's going to end up going in this sort of direction. Okay, and we'll assume port is over here. So what we want to do is work out what the resultant force is. We want to know exactly, with those two tugs pulling at these different forces at a specific angle apart, where the ship's going to end up and at what speed it's going to be going in at, so what power's been pulled. So we're given for this, so we're told, because they can work it out by GPS, that this is 25 degrees apart. So what we need to do is we need to take each tug individually and work out its x and y components to be able to work out what the resultant force is. So quite simply, if we just do tug A to start with, because that's the easy one, tug A, okay, we can draw ourselves a nice little graph representing this bit here, where we've got our x-axis and our y, where they're positive and these are negative, and we know tug A is pulling absolutely horizontally in this direction, so that's 75 pulling totally in the x direction. So if we was to remove tug B altogether and we just had tug A pulling it, we can see the ship would only go in this direction. It would have no lateral movement at all. It wouldn't go either sideways. It would only be going that 75 newtons worth in that direction. Okay, so we can say this: for tug A, x is equal to 75. Y, on the other hand, so we can see there's nothing coming up here at all. Y is just going to be 0. Okay, so we've worked out tug A, which is nice, simple. So the challenge now goes on tug B, which we'll cover in the next clip.